everyone, welcome to the latest demo of the Flying Eye Pack PBR. This demo adds music, which you can hear in the background, and sound effects for the animations. So if you haven't seen these demos before, you do have the basic different lighting scenarios that you can choose to see, so you can see how the flying eye would look in various lighting conditions. We're going to stick with daytime, and you have the option to move the camera around and the camera height and the zoom as well, so you can see them in close-up and or from really far away. So we'll just stick with some basics here. Alright, so let's look at the textures here. All of the textures are completely customizable. Inside Unity there's procedural materials from substances that you can use sliders to adjust all the aspects. Each part's independent. You can even change out the materials completely to have a metal eye if you want, or a wooden eye, or if you want to make a statue, a concrete eye, or something like that. These textures do come with the package, so if you don't want to make your own, you can use these, no problem. Just throw them right into your game. They're all game ready and ready to go. But I do like the idea that you can customize your own and create textures that really fit your style of your game. So we'll stick with the default for now. You can also turn off the tendrils on the back here if you just want an eyeball that's, you know, just an eye by itself. And you can also turn off the transparent lens. If you're doing a mobile game or a game where they're really far away and you're not going to see that nice reflection, you can just turn that off, and it's just one less thing for the computer to draw. You know, mix and match whatever works for your game. We also have these blend shapes here. There's blend shapes in the animation that you can kind of see as the animation moves about. Let me go and turn off the rotation for a little bit so you can see this better. You can also adjust the iris size here, the pupil size, so you can make a really big eye or a really small eye if you wanted to, or a small eye with a giant iris. You can also randomize these in the in script, so you can make custom ones if you'd like. There's a depth of the iris, that's pretty cool. Let me bring these back to about middle. The vein size, you can bring those up if really big. Same with the hub and the back of the head, or I guess the back of the eyeball. You can have these tendril muscles, make them bigger, and just make them thicker or thinner as well. So you can make them really thin and like spaghetti-like. Bring all that down. There you go. So there's a lot you can do with these. Definitely play around with it. You can customize them to look good for your game. So let's talk about the music now. Now, once we start adjusting these, we won't be able to use the snapshots anymore. There's some issue where that breaks. It's just for the demo. You wouldn't actually be doing this in your game. So the music that's playing is the music that's included, but we've separated into different layers so that you can create your own mixes. There's a lot you can do with this as well. I have created a few snapshots here. What we're listening right now is the default snapshot. This pause snapshot can be used when the player pauses the game. So you can imagine when it pauses, you know, you can do some screen effect as well as this audio effect, so they know, oh, okay, it's paused, and it takes them into a different realm, a different setting, and they can really feel the change from playing to pausing. We also have different settings like the ambience snapshot. I brought down the timpani and the drums a little bit. It's just a little bit more ambient. This action snapshot has everything pretty much all the way up loud, so it's the loudest you can get. And then this percussion snapshot is percussion heavy. I've taken down the melody a lot, so it's much more all about the percussion. Now you can hear that timpani a little bit. You can also make your own mix. So if you want to bring down the drums, you can now have a mix that's much more calm. I mean, this could be an ambient too, if you want to bring down the melody a little bit. And that's much quieter. So you could do a lot with this, where you switch from, you know, this nice calm music to a percussion heavy one when there's a boss battle or something like that. And of course, the music doesn't have to be used with the Flying Eye. You can use it wherever you want. I just like to include a layered track with all the characters, and I'm slowly building up that with all the characters. So bring the compression down. So there's a lot you can do with the music. So now let's talk about the, we'll bring that down because I want to talk about the sound effects here on all the animations. So we do have the forward, backward movement. We also have an alert version. So if he's been alerted, he's much more active. So you can bring that down to 0, and this is I'm just hanging around, and then he gets alerted, and now he's all active. And so most of these animations are set to transition well with the active one. Idle break is not. That's just he's bored. So let's bring this back to no locomotion. This is active idle. I'm going to start the motion of the camera again a little bit. So he's got his 2 magic spells here. The audio we've chosen for this, since he's not a very real physical character, there's not much actual physical touching here. So we've got these randomized little kind of subdued, subtle, squishy sounds. Those are actually one-shots. There's 9 of them. It's randomly chosen whenever you hear one. You can add them more or less to depend on how you like it using the animation events. We've got our attacks here. Oh, we already saw this one, huh? Here's the dodge. These vocalizations you can adjust as well. You can make them softer if you want, or just take them off completely. Quick turns. This is taunt. Let's move to the front for this one. And if you notice the sounds there's a couple of randomized sounds as well. So when I click that, it just chooses randomly from the available options. And then there's the death. There you go. So there's a lot you can do with this guy, or girl, or it, or thing. I have no idea what it would be. But with the character, the Flying Eye, there's a lot you can do with the textures. You can use any of these preset ones. You can mix and match, bring this green back with the black front if you really want to. It's up to you. Or just use the sliders inside Unity and create your own textures. Create different levels. Turn off the tendrils for weaker characters, and then maybe the boss one has tendrils or something. Adjust all the different sizes of the various blend shapes. You can do this, randomize it, write a script to randomize it, so every time a Flying Eye is spawned, there's a random look to it. And then of course we got all the music and the sound effects for you as well. So let me know if you think about this guy on the forums. Hopefully you'll find that he's a great addition to your game.